Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
What does the nanny do?
Okay, so we're done.
Goodbye.
You. Shut it off.
Do not twist my words. Do not make me a victim, sweetie.
Just look at the mountain. That's what you saw that day.
Just the knife in the kidneys over all these years and the sacrifices that I made to love you.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
Welcome back, valued listeners, to part 2 of what episode are we on, Kimber?
Season 5, Episode 7, Pilgrimage into the Past.
Polygamist pilgrimage into the past? Yes, polygamist pilgrimage into the past. Absolutely. Success!
Yes.
So, Meri lets us know that we're only 250 miles to our destination today, so we're on day 4 of our road trip.
Last travel day.
She made it very clear that they were front heavy on their miles so that today could just be easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Which is like, yay. Well, literally, yay. Christine's like, yay, and claps like an imbecile. And I'm like, cool. She's like a wind-up little monkey toy. Great
Yeah.
for Christine.
Cody's excited. He thinks that they're actually going to be able to enjoy the day today.
Ah, well,
Eh,
maybe they will. Darling, where are they going to make their stop on the way, though? They're not going directly to their destination. They're going to make a stop somewhere, and I believe the town might be called Hannibal.
Hannibal, Missouri. And they're going to the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum.
Absolutely. I really want to emphasize boyhood, and I will continue to emphasize boyhood and re-emphasize boyhood because I'm like, who uses the term boyhood? It's so archaic. Now, I guess we are talking about things that are old and archaic and made up and stupid. So, okay. But boyhood, why isn't it just childhood? Their childhood home. Mark Twain's childhood home. Boyhood home. Everything's boyhood. The places that we're going, they're going to talk about the men as their boyhood homes repeatedly. And it's like, maybe it's just because I'm too woke and we're not supposed to be gender specific.
Well, I think that it's because Mark Twain was trans in his later life.
Oh, he became a woman?
Yes.
Oh, she became a woman, excuse me? I know many women named Mark too, so it works for both genders.
Oh, we meet our tour guide, and he has an interesting name.
Henry Sweets. And they do call him something else. Maybe he's earned a degree of some sorts or somehow. I don't think he, helps women give birth or takes care of children, but you never know.
Dr. Sweets.
Dr. Sweets.
I'm guessing he has a doctorate in Mark Twain mythology
Mark,
or history.
Mark Twain's boyhood home curator of the museum. That is who Henry Sweets is. Why do we have to keep saying boyhood?
Well,
I
it's
hate
apparently important.
Yeah.
You know, it was what they said back then, so we can't wash over it with our woke mentality.
Right. Well, what would it be for a girl? Her girlhood home?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love how
Well,
I'm like,
that's what they say about like Little House on the Prairie, whatever, girlhood,
oh.
whatever, right?
Mark Twain traveled through the Utah Territory during the height of Mormon polygamy, Dr. Sweets lets us know.
And he lets us in on a journal entry of Mark Twain's. And he just really felt like he needed to read this out loud to the Browns. And I'm going to let you just take it away here.
When he's traveling through the Utah Territory, he takes note about polygamous women from his apparently 2-day stay in Salt Lake City. Gathered a lot in 2 days. He says, I was touched. Okay, everyone, this is Mark Twain. This is not Chris.
Allegedly.
Well, the first sentence is me. I was touched. Oh, maybe I should take a little liberty with his quote.
Add little amuse-bouches in here and there.
I was touched in my nether regions. These poor, ungainly, and pathetically homely creatures. The man that marries one of them has done his act of Christian charity, and the man who has married 60 of them has done a deed of open-hearted generosity so sublime that the nation should stand uncovered in his presence and worship silence. Now, I'm not the most familiar with Mark Twain and his ramblings, or her ramblings, whatever gender Mark Twain was. But apparently Mark Twain was touched enough by the men who were generous enough to marry these homely, ugly women. So he thought they were ugly.
The men are doing these ugly women a favor, and it was an act of Christian charity that the men even married more than one.
Yeah.
You know? What are
Hey.
you going to do?
Listen, ugly women exist. I don't know what to say.
We're here, we're ugly, and we're
Get
proud.
used to it.
Oh, God.
Ugly people rights.
Homely people rise up.
I feel like I could go on a little bit of a tangent right now about most of the polygamist women I've seen in television shows and specials and documentaries, but it might be considered crass. Some women might say, Chris, you are just a sexist asshole. And
To that, I would say he did go to an anti-women's voting rally the other week, and I was like, what? You don't believe that women have the right to vote? And we got into it.
we did. I can't believe you brought up that I went to this anti-women's voting rights rally. It's just... I knew where to find it.
You did.
I knew it existed.
You
I
did.
was subscribed. I said, let me know.
It was at the shooting range out in Timbuktu of nowhere's
It was near
boyhood hometown.
It was near Nauvoo. It was crazy. I had to travel in an RV with all my other Maniverse friends.
Oh my
I'm
God.
very big in the Maniverse, obviously.
Oh, the women are super offended by this.
Well, this is it. We go to the couch for them to talk about
Yeah.
it. And Kody cracks a joke about how some polygamous women are pretty, including his wives. And, of course, the women rib him for putting his foot in his mouth because it's ridiculous. And what does he say? What does Christine say?
Oh my gosh. She's like, you're not the one being called ugly and downtrodden.
That's right. Because he's like, I'm not offended. And it's like, well, no, you're not the one being called ugly and downtrodden. You're the one being called semi-god.
I don't think that was said, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's, he should be worshipped in front of people. He's,
Yeah.
Christian, blah, blah, done his Christian doings.
He acts like a semi-god.
Yeah. And of course, Christine's, really? Of course you're not offended. Like, yeah. And Kody says, this must have been a reference to other polygamist women because my wives are all beautiful.
And his pants started on fire.
Ah! He did start on fire. They all laugh. And this was a moment that I loved because Janelle caught my attention because I noticed how much in the second half of this episode or recently she just has been smiling and chuckling during all of their couch moments. Like, it's been so cute. Like, there are times where she just seems so disengaged. She's just kind of looking off into wherever. And it kind of started that way in this episode. But by this point, like halfway through plus, she is laughing at everything. And I feel like she's getting a kick out of everyone ribbing Kody, but also kind of the ridiculousness of it all. Like,
Yeah.
Janelle's probably the smartest of them, I'm guessing. That's
Yeah.
subjective. But I think she kind of, even though that's hard to say when she's
Yeah.
dedicated her life to this idiotic idea. So take that back. I'm trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube.
I don't think you can do that.
It's just fun to see her let her hair down and laugh. Like, I'm like, thank you, Janelle. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she is chuckling along. She's not really contributing much to the conversation on the couch conversations lately, but she is kind of chuckling along, which is better than the dead stare or the laser eyes where she was like burning a hole through the carpet in the room
Yeah.
in a few of the most recent episodes.
Another thing I noticed was that Kody's hair is styled with a moderate Keith Urban look. And I'm wondering if this is our first time seeing this look from him. Have we referenced his Keith Urban hair in a present state?
Well, he flips it under sometimes like he's a soccer mom.
Yeah, and this one, it was like, had like a slight wave and then out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like like he's trying to be contemporary, Keith Urban-ish. I'm too distracted by his sunburn and his
Oh, he's
nose.
so
And
sunburned.
I don't know why he's always so sun-drenched. It's like, oh my gosh, put a hat on.
It's all of that work he's doing out in their yards, prepping for the homes.
That's right. He does love some manual
Digging
labor.
in the dirt, digging in the dirt. I think that he actually, a couple times throughout this episode on the couch, has changed looks. So I noticed
Yeah.
at one point it was flipped under, and then it very clearly is more Keith Urban-ish in other interviews. So these were definitely recorded across different days for the commentary from them on this trip. But
Absolutely. He definitely does look different in multiple instances. And one of them is this new contemporary styling. And I thought, interesting. I wonder if the fame is hitting Kody Brown.
well, it's interesting, and I don't know if you mind sharing this, but you know somebody that was on a reality TV show, and they had to keep their hairstyle from their first interview through the entire show, correct? Like for every interview?
Yeah, my friend was on a reality show. This is going to be the giveaway where they do a makeover.
Yeah.
And so up until they do the makeover, you have to keep your hair the same. And then at some point, they even have you wear like hats and wraps and stuff, which is super jarring as a person who's being interviewed because you're like, now I just look like an idiot. But yeah, usually they try to have a continuity with that.
Yeah.
But also that is a like elimination reality show.
Oh,
So I think
okay.
it's a little more about like, you know,
That makes sense.
I don't know. But you would still think you'd want them to be like, hey, you know, if you're going to talk about things when you're talking about the same day,
Yeah.
please look the same.
You would think so. I have listened to some other like tell-all type of things where they're talking about, TV shows and the behind the scenes interviews, and they will make them like wear the same shirt, the same outfit over and over and over again. And here you've got Kody's hair like blatantly in, out, in, out. Like it's
Yes.
different. Yeah.
And same with Meri, Meri's hair. my
Oh,
God.
Mary's hair is just constantly changing things up. I
Yep,
don't
yep.
even know.
Luckily, we just kind of move on from that situation. Was there anything else about Miss Mark Twain's childhood or boyhood home that you want to talk about?
Well, the women are kind of ragging on Kody, and they're telling him that he should have stood up for them. And he's like, what was I going to do? Like, this is a quote from a long time ago. And then he says some silly things, and he was like, shakes his fist at the camera and gets really fake and goes, Mark Twain, you bastard, shut up, and shakes his fist. And he's like, obviously joking about defending the women and like mocking what he would say. And then Christine goes, that's all you had to say. Like, she really thought that he should have spoken up to Dr. Sweets and defended him. Like, okay.
Right. Well, would he have said? The guy, Dr. Sweets, is talking about dead Mrs. Mark Twain. I mean, what was Kody going to defend their honor to this guy who's like reading a quote?
I
How
do find it
strange.
funny that they read this quote at all. I know that they weren't stopping at like a Mormon site, but they were stopping somewhere, so they had to tie in the Mormon like religion and polygamists somehow. So obviously they picked this quote as like a tie-in to make it relevant for the show. But don't you think that he probably had to give the producers multiple options of quotes, and that's the one they chose probably?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, also, I hope it didn't already happen in the show and I'm just forgetting, but in the future, there's some reference to a piece, like an art piece, some drawing or painting. And I think it might be connected to Mark Twain, but it might not be. And it actually might be their friend Chris who owns the,
The place that they're going to stay at, Harem's place?
yeah,
Okay.
and the pawn shop.
Yeah.
There's like a picture or a painting or a drawing or something of the polygamist women, and they're all hideous.
No.
Like intentionally drawn to be, like a witch or whatever. And then there's like the new wife who's all like rich and spoiled and pretty. And so I think that
Oh my
comes in the
God.
future. And I for some reason it's making me think Mrs. Mark Twain. Like maybe it's a drawing from one of his books or something.
Okay,
I
so
don't
that must be coming up because we have not seen this yet. But it's interesting because they're maybe teeing it up or picked this quote for a reason.
know. Yeah.
Okay, that could possibly be. So that's interesting to call out
Yeah,
now.
I had no idea Mrs. Mark Twain was so connected to the polygamist culture.
No. My, oh my, Mrs. Mark Twain, you dirty birdie.
Mrs. Mark Twain and her big old knockers. Now, do you have anything before they drive into Nauvoo, darling? Because we do eventually get to Nauvoo, not Nauvoo.
Naboo, on the planet of
Naboo.
Naboo in Star Wars. That's where we're
Exactly.
going. I would prefer to have gone there with them, but
We could call it Nauvoo, but that would, I feel like it'd be insulting to the actual creativity of, Star Wars and
it
Disney
would
and
be.
whoever those people were.
Nope, not to George Lucas.
Oh,
Can't
that's
do
right,
that to him.
Lucasfilms, yes. But when they drive into Nauvoo, Kody's, talking about, oh, we're coming along the river, and then the road turns, and then there's a field, and then there's a building, and it just smacks you in the face. And I was like, it all looks a little Midwest.
Very Midwest. I mean, it's
And-
glorious.
I mean, we live in the Midwest. I'm not trying to put it down, but it's a little like, okay, yeah, you took a turn, and then there was a building. I don't know that it was really all that. Like, the angels weren't singing to me.
The angels were singing to him and Christine because she is ridiculously excited and getting goosebumps.
She's such a 3-year-old.
Glory to God in the highest. Christine's getting goosebumps again. Jesus.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. That's going to be so... I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really sorry. I just was moved by
I'm
the
not
spirit.
sorry.
I know, I was
The
moved.
spirit moved me.
Totally. I'm being moved by the spirit.
God.
Man. So nothing talked to you. Oh, no, you were moved by the spirit of Christine's whatnotness.
Yeah.
But did you experience anything while seeing this footage of them entering Nauvoo, darling?
No, I just saw, the water on the left, and they're coming around that river bend or that water bend into Nauvoo, and glory to God in the highest. Our Jesus Savior is here, and he made this land that they are about to step foot on.
And this land is your land, and this land is my land.
And it was made for you and me.
Thank you. It's so weird to hear people talking about Joseph Smith, Brigham Young, and others when you weren't raised in Mormonism. So this is where we're going, right? We're going to Nauvoo. We're going to hear about these characters. Apparently they were real people. I don't know. Whatever. When you weren't raised Mormon, what I constantly think of and have flashbacks to is South Park episodes where they're like making fun of Mormonism. And when they're like telling the story of Joseph Smith, dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
And then it's like bum ba da dun 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 dum 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 dum. Like the whole story is just dum 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 dum. Like the whole thing is absurd.
I mean, there literally are two religions that you can trace the roots of, and it is Scientology and it is Mormonism. And I just truly believe these people are not the brightest. They're taking one person's word, one like horny man's word that was moved by the Spirit of God, and he got a little twitch in his wiener and he wanted more wives. And even beyond that, like Mormonism in general, like the finding of the tablet, the stone tablet, and the writings and this and the that. And it's like you can literally trace it back to its origins. And I kind of find it disturbing, and it speaks to the human condition in general that we just want to believe in something. So you pick and choose what you want to believe in. I don't know, but community you want to be a part of. And it's a little like fucked up to me. I mean,
Well, and I've avoided talking about Scientology because they go after you.
oh yeah.
Whatever that's called. There's a term for it. L. Ron Hubbard was like a failed science fiction writer
Mhm.
who was injured, quote unquote, but not really, and created this religion. Like, it's weird that people, and when we talked about this before, the also counter to this delusional faith that is just kind of like, if you have enough rational thinking, you can just kind of, I don't want to say it about all religions, but these religions specifically,
Yeah.
it seems so obviously not true.
Yeah.
And then the participants, the followers, the whatever, are just so pious. And they are like, anyone who doesn't believe what we believe are ridiculous. Like, I'm
Wrong,
literally
wrong,
better
wrong.
than everybody. And like,
Yeah.
they feel bad literally for other people. Like, you just don't get it. And it's like, ooh.
No, you don't get it.
Right.
You literally are following the doctrines and the covenants of men that you can trace it back to, and they're listening to their ding dongs and they
Yeah.
want to be laid more. And
Right.
so you're just going to believe that they were speaking to God.
Right.
Everyone has an inner voice,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I could say my inner voice is God to me and be like, oh, I get to do whatever I want because my inner voice, God is telling me.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
people would be like, no, you're fucking nuts. You're starting a cult. That's literally what this is. It's just that it was like long enough ago that people think like that it's okay enough to, I don't know,
Right.
follow it.
But we're talking about Nauvoo, Illinois. I mean, we're talking about people that literally like were around in contemporary enough times that there was a newspaper.
Yeah.
Like, what? L. Ron Hubbard was alive, I don't even know, like a couple decades ago?
Yeah.
Like, this is insane.
He wrote books, and he, to this day, I think is the author that's written the most books in the world. And they're all horseshit and they're all really awful. Like, I don't know if you've ever looked at them, but the writing is terrible. He just honestly wanted the title of writing enough books
Of
to
course, of
outdo everyone
course.
else.
That makes
Because he's a
sense.
man in
And
the
a
manosphere.
A delusion. I know. Well, I'm a big fan.
I know you are.
He didn't want women to vote either.
Unless they had tinfoil hats on, then he wanted them to vote. So.
Oh. As I said, I brought up Joseph Smith, Brigham Young, and these others. You know, there's some names we're going to talk about. If you know them, you know them. If you don't, you don't need to know them. But when the Brown family is arriving in Nauvoo, coming around this river bend and seeing a building, they arrive at Hiram Smith's boyhood home. I'm like, another boyhood home. We're just getting crushed by the boyhood homes in this episode.
I did not hear the boyhood home. I knew it was just Hiram Smith's home, but he was an adult when he lived there, I thought.
Well, when they arrive at his boyhood home.
Oh.
They might have gone to two different places. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, okay.
At
that
this
makes
point
sense.
is when I had to rely more on you, honey, because I started to, you
Yep.
know, my skin started turning inside out and my eyes turned red. And I was like, I can't do this.
Oh my God.
And I said, I can't be a historian about this crazy shit that doesn't matter. And you're like, I can.
I wrote down a lot of the story because I need to impart this wisdom
Oh,
to our listeners' ears.
God, I couldn't even make it through that one.
I've done a lot of my own quasi research. I've listened to some books. I've watched some shows about, you know, like the actual practices of Mormonism and polygamy, because I do just find it so fascinating how these people can believe this, and I don't know. So yeah, we are going to Hiram Smith's home, and this is where Christine just kind of loses it and gets so excited that her kids are going to be playing on the lawn that Hiram and Joseph Smith's kids played on, and they're going to be staying in the home that they lived in. And then I looked at you and I was like, is that an addition on the historic home of Hiram Smith? Blasphemy.
Well, I was going to say, you're being generous. You didn't have to question it. It was very obvious.
Yeah,
It was like
very
a
obvious.
two-story brick structure that obviously has been around for
Mhm.
100, 200 years. I don't know. It's been there for a minute. And then on the side of it is a like mudroom / garage edition. That's like vinyl siding. It's just...
It's an addition onto this historic home so that people like the fucking Browns will pay money to stay there, and these giant families will come and pay money to this guy who owns it.
Yeah.
Because in what reality, like outside of Utah and this area, is this a historic home to begin with?
Yeah, I wonder if it's on any registries.
Oh my
It can't be
God.
with that edition. We were joking about how it looks like one of those prefab things you buy from Home Depot or Menards, where it's
Yeah.
like you get the whole kit for like $25K. It's like, what the fuck?
Except for they threw like 3 of them together, so it was
Yes,
long.
so it was
So
long
they could
enough.
house polygamous families like the Browns and take their money.
Absolutely.
So bizarre. And we hear from Kody that the reason that I love Joseph Smith is that his spirit speaks to me. And Kody was led to this beautiful family that he has now because of Joseph Smith's teachings. And Oh my God, like him and Christine in this scene are just like, yuck, 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 yuck.
It's a lot of what Joseph Smith revealed. Now, translation revealed, but I love when they say the word rebelled because it's like, oh my God, that he didn't rebel. He revealed. And he revealed a lie and a fraud.
We see this lovely painting of Hiram Smith, and he's holding what looks like a bat or a
Club.
a cricket club. Like, what is he holding? I don't know what else to say about that, but they like gave him a prop to hold in his
In his
painting,
self-portrait.
and it's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Probably all of the kids had to line up and get spankings with the bat.
Well, this is it.
Or the
God
thing.
told him you have to beat your wives and children.
Jeez. Oh boy.
And when that inner voice tells you to beat your wives and children, you beat your wives and children.
I mean, because it's God, obviously, telling you.
This is it. This
Yeah.
is it. We fade to night and we fade to morning. It's day 5 of our trip. We're finally in Nauvoo, which, obviously you guys all know. It only took them 4 days to get there. Hallelujah. And we are going to meet someone very, very special on day 5. Someone who loves a bowling shirt. He thinks he's Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men.
He does.
And no one should aspire to be Charlie Sheen or anything attached to 2.5 Men. This is just wrong. But
Oh.
this family, they're going to be meeting Joseph Johnston. Now, darling, how would you describe Joseph Johnston other than a bowling shirt wearer?
Well, Christine thinks he looks like Jesus.
Oh, he does look like
And that
Jesus.
his locks are prettier than Cody's.
Mhm.
And she's jealous of this shiny, glistening long hair.
He does have long hair.
He does, I would not say look like Jesus.
Oh.
He has long hair and was wearing a red bowling shirt, and he looks a little hippy-dippy.
Yeah.
He's a member of the LDS church, but not a member of their church. He does not practice polygamy. Yeah, he just kind of looks like a little bit of a hippy-dippy, which is interesting because he's supposedly LDS.
He has long, dark hair, dark brown hair.
Oh, I would say like dirty blonde.
Okay. I'm the one that doesn't wear glasses of these two.
No, if you were to put him on the scale of 10 being the lightest, 1 being the darkest, he's probably a level 8. My hairdressers out there will appreciate
Oh my God.
this.
If you could see my face right now, y'all.
It's technically
Kimber
considered
needs
blonde.
Her eyes checked. I'm not gonna. He's a brunette, but whatever. He's got blonde hair. Delulu. I'll
Dark
take
blonde.
a photo. He is very pale. This long hair is happening. Some facial hair that is nasty. Some teeth that are nasty.
Some snaggly teeth.
His shirt is nasty. His whole thing is nasty. But Joseph Johnston is the host of Joseph's Nauvoo Tours, which I just love this. I wish there was like Chris's Manosphere Tours.
Yeah. You could take everyone to every place throughout.
Where men have been wronged by women.
You could, like the time that I beat a random man on that street corner. You could take him there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many places where men have been wronged by women that I could just create a beautiful map. But it would have to be ugly because it's part of the manosphere. It's got to be unattractive. It's got to be dirty blonde like our friend Joseph Johnston, who is a brunette. Now, Meri did say that he's, part of the Mormon LDS. Like you said, he's not part of the AUB, which is the Browns cult. He's not a member of their cult. He's a part of the larger cult.
McKelty, our favorite daughter, her hair is glowing. That bright head of freshly dyed red hair.
It's like Ariel, the Little Mermaid Barbie doll red.
It's literally just glowing. But she's got hot roots, which means that like the hair color processed differently at the roots, so it's brighter
sure.
at the roots.
Yeah.
So she's got major hot roots, and the sun is shining on the top of her head, and she's kind of in the back end of the crowd of the family.
Yeah.
But it is like a sore thumb just like glowing from the back of the group because her hot roots are literally
You could
fire
put her
red.
in front of a construction site to don't come here.
Direct traffic.
Yeah, like a safety cone. Now, Robyn says something being vague in the beginning of their Mormon teachings. What was this vague thing? Did you catch this? I think she said
No.
something about like,
Well, it's blatantly obvious that they don't know everything that they're about to learn. And they're pushing this narrative on their kids and they want to impart this wisdom on their kids. Kody says that he's expecting some juicy stuff and that he tells Joseph that he doesn't need it to whitewash the history and he can tell them all of the stories because,
we're polygamists.
and it's like, well, your entire religion is whitewashed. It's literally like,
Oof.
it is what it is,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's like, oh, get into the nitty gritty with us. We want to know it all. And it's like, dude, are you admitting right now that you don't know the ins and outs of your religion, that you're imparting this wisdom and preaching to your children every Sunday?
And you're going to rely on Joseph Johnston and his dark brown hair?
Shut it. Shut it, Trebek. You shut your dirty mouth.
Oh, man. Now, Joseph Johnston, Joseph Johnston, the host of Joseph's Nauvoo Tours, is going to start telling us about Joseph Smith and his inbred brother and his small town and all the things that happened. When he starts, he's talking about a field and being like, this doesn't matter to most people, but it matters to your family. Because Joseph Smith was walking this way and his brother, hybrid inbred, was going this way. And then they met and they said, is there polygamy going on here? Now, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
That was so Kara Cunningham. Oh, my God. Now, what is the real story here, darling? I blocked out all these details, trauma block.
Okay. So Hiram is walking with Brigham Young through this field, and he says to Brigham Young, I want you to tell me the truth. Is there polygamy going on?
Right.
And Hiram just needs to know because he's been hearing rumors about his brother, Joseph Smith. So he knows that Brigham Young's going to tell him the truth. Brigham Young says that, yes, they are practicing polygamy. And Hiram goes back to his brother, Joseph Smith, after a night of sleep. And he says that he is ready to be God's tool, and that Brigham Young told him that he's practicing polygamy and that he knows he's fought it for a long time, but he's ready to be God's tool and to join polygamy. And then Hiram tells Joseph Smith that he has to have a scribe write down the doctrine of plural marriage. And so became the doctrine and the covenant of 132 of the LDS canon.
Now, honey, could you describe the tool that someone was supposed to be for Jesus? Is the shaft long? Is it thick? Is it veiny? Is it circumcised?
It may or may not be a wiener.
Oh.
We're talking about wieners here.
What? I wasn't talking about that kind of tool. Where would you get that idea?
He says he's ready to be a God's tool. And I'm like, okay, you're
How
ready to
thick is the
use your tool.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was wondering if any description was given about the length and the girth, but
I mean, we're talking about horny men here. We're talking about horny men that are saying that they are just ready to fuck. And yep, let's get it on. Let's get it on.
in the name of God.
In the name of God, let's get it on. Oh my God. I can't with this because it's like, okay, you've got your brother Hiram who's like just completely against polygamy. I'm so against it, but Brigham Young, you better tell me the truth. Is there polygamy going on here? And he's got his mutton chops and his big old beard and his
And a high collar.
mustache and a high collar. And he says, well, gosh darn it, my collar's a little too tight. I'll loosen it and I'm going to be a tool for God. Like, okay, so all of a sudden overnight, you're just going to be like, God spoke to me too.
Yeah.
I woke up and I had a wet dream and I thought that God's telling me that I need to use my tool for good.
I need to fuck many bitches. And you know what? That's part of the Manosphere teachings. I'm seeing the parallels here. Oh.
I can't believe you're not part of this.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm going, why am I not why am I not
You wanna
following
know
the
why?
teachings of Joseph Johnson or
I
Joseph?
hate to break it to you, but I got to tell you the truth right now.
Oh, God. Do they hate closeted gay men?
You can't get pregnant from anal.
Oh.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't believe it. Do not believe it.
Oh, it's a lie that you can't get pregnant from anal?
Well,
What do you?
people with a uterus can get pregnant from anal.
Why? From like juices running?
Well, sperm can live like
In your butt?
like for up to 3 days, like in the vagina and stuff, and it can travel through the juices through the snail trail.
Oh God!
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
So don't believe that. Anyone who is
no.
perhaps listening of our younger audience.
Oh God! Or unlike Kimber, just bathe. You know, like just clean up afterwards. Seriously. I thought you were
take
trying
care
to
of
say I
yourself.
couldn't get
Protect
pregnant
yourself.
because of the anal practices, and I said, "Honey, I have tried, and you are
Well,
right. I have
I'm
not gotten
saying
pregnant."
on your end you can't, and so that's why you can't be part of the manosphere
Yeah,
because you can't,
yeah.
you know,
And I'm too
spread
pretty
that
to be one
seed.
of the polygamist wives, so
You can't be part of the quiverful movement.
exactly. I knew that.
Well, you realize that that's what a lot of this is. It's like about the quiverful movement and spreading your seed
Of course.
for the Aryan race. It's
Trust.
like really fucked up.
I've advocated for spreading the seed all over the place. And unfortunately, all those men were like, "You're not ugly enough to be my polygamist wife." And I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, no anal for us?
Oh, dang.
Oh, my God, this is ridiculous.
We've gone crazy.
Oh, you guys.
We're losing
There's
it.
something about the air in Nauvoo. It just makes
Making me hot and bothered.
just makes me want to do anal.
Thinking about all these mutton chops has got me hot and bothered, especially
Oh my
these
God.
white
No.
mutton chops that have been bleached by hours in the sun and the gray hair. Mutton chops.
Well, you're just ready to accept God's tool.
Hot and bothered. Well, we're going to go and sit down on a bench with the adults of the family now.
A picnic bench.
I don't think I need to name
Picnic
them.
table. A picnic table, not
Do
a
I
bench.
need to name them again?
Yeah, I'm imagining like Forrest Gump. I'm like, no, they're sitting at a picnic table. Like all of a sudden, Tom Hanks is like sitting there, and it's like, good God, get out of here, Tom.
They're each sitting on another side of like a bike trail, just talking about this, and
Talking
bikers
over
keep
each
going
other.
by.
When Joseph Johnston is sitting at the table with the parents, the children have scattered to protect their delicate ears from the truths that are going to fall from Joseph's mouth. And what does he tell the family, and what's happening here?
Kody kind of asks how many wives that Joseph Smith really had. And then Joseph Johnston says, well, that's one of the first questions that I get asked every tour.
And his
Is
teeth.
how many wives Joseph Smith really had. And it was 33. He had 33 wives. And Kody is like, what? I thought it was 17.
I was just distracted because I thought when he said 33 wives, he was going to talk about his 33 teeth on the top row projecting from his mouth. But instead it was the wives. So,
Well.
There's that. He also volunteers that likely 12 of those wives were already married to other men.
So
Dot.
what that means is that some wives had 2 husbands and they were already married. So then he was their second husband. And Robyn just cannot believe this.
Right. And he claims these wives could remain married to their OG husbands, but also be married to Joseph Smith. He says, quote, in every sense of the word, meaning Joseph Smith can use his tool of God to penetrate these married women.
Mm-hmm.
Shock. Gasp.
Robyn is just like so confused by this. And she's like, oh, you mean that means they were brother husbands?
Because she's an idiot.
So he has to kind of reiterate to her, like, yes, they were in every sense of the way. They would go back and stay with their original husband. And then Kody's like, well, they were probably just performing ceremonial marriages so that Joseph Smith could help these people get to a different level in heaven.
Yeah.
And it's like you're speaking out of your ass right now because you didn't know this and you're embarrassed and this is fucking weird and you guys don't know your own history.
Well, Kody does say historians are in disagreement, honey. It's not that they don't know. There's just so many
There's some
different...
discrepancies.
There's just different stories depending on what side of the tool you're on. If you're the receiver or the giver of the cod tool.
Yeah.
You might have a different story.
I just can't even believe that they're acting so shocked right here because you would think that this is something that they would know by now. I don't know.
Yep.
And then Janelle.
I know, and this goes exactly counter to what I said earlier when I said Janelle's the smartest of them all, and now we get this
Fucking
doozy.
Janelle.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, she says that her ideas and beliefs do not hinge on this, and that he was just a guy. He wasn't Jesus. He was just a guy. Ugh. And they're just speculating.
Yeah, we're all speculating at this point. And so are the historians. Like, it wasn't that long ago. There was a newspaper, for God's sake. You know what I mean?
They weren't fucking speculating,
Right?
okay? There was a problem. There's
Right.
a reason why
Thank
all of
you.
this shit was going down.
Thank you.
And they're speculating. So you're speculating about your religion and that you're willing to stake your life on this and your children's capability to grow up with their mom and their dad and all of this stuff that you just so passionately believe in. It's all speculation.
Yeah, we're just speculating. It doesn't really matter to me because my testimony does not hinge on what this man did. He's not Jesus. He's not God on earth. He's a guy.
Oh, no, he just spoke to
He's a
Jesus.
guy.
That's all. He
Right.
just spoke to him.
He's just Jesus'
What the
bestie.
fuck?
He's just got Jesus' tool in his hand and his mouth.
Hiram told Joseph to have a scribe write down the doctrine of plural marriage. And so became the Doctrine and Covenants 132 of the LDS canon. Okay, Janelle. Okay. You dumb dummy. This whole sect of the religion is based on one man wanting to get his dick wet with more than one woman. Okay, I'm just going to say that one more time because y'all are believing this. Okay?
For the record.
For the record, Jesus spoke to him through his wiener, and that's why we have Covenant 132.
And then the baby Jesus, who is the leader of the manosphere, gave us a commercial break, and we returned. Back to Joseph's Nauvoo tours.
We're going to go to Carthage, where Joseph Smith was killed at the jail. But first, we have to stop and we have to hear the story of the Nauvoo Expositor Press.
Yeah, the Brown family is gathered with Joseph Johnston on the other side of the street from this newspaper, and he's filling them in on these lovely details about Nauvoo's colorful history. And he gives them some more details about this burning of the newspaper and the press.
Apparently, this newspaper was reporting about Joseph Smith and his plural marriages, and he did not like this, and their community did not like this, so the Nauvoo City Council voted to have the press destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Burned to the ground.
They burned it to a crisp. So, this newspaper, freedom of speech, kind of the whole reason you came here, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. You're going to burn it to the ground because they're speaking about the truth about your plural marriages and you don't like it.
Absolutely. This is not the first time in history where people have, tried to silence, take down, burn to the ground, literally, voices that are sharing the truth.
Yeah.
And maybe their color in their truth was polygamy is terrible and all these things are bad. But if they're really just sharing the truth about what's happening in their community, that's not the same as coloring polygamy as bad. If polygamy is illegal and people are breaking the law, then yeah, they're going to report on it because it's the press in America. Like, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And while they're standing there, this is when Joseph Johnston talks about a 22-year-old man who was also standing right where they were, watching the things that happened. This burning of the press to the ground.
Mary's great-grandfather?
Yes, three greats.
greats?
Three greats.
He was 22 at the time.
William Adams.
William Adams.
Yes.
Was standing there and watched that building burn. And Mary is smiling ear to ear.
Oh, she's tickled pink.
She's got this weird little Grinch grin on her face, where he does the little corners of the mouth turn up and the middle of her mouth goes downward.
Yeah.
She's got this weird little grin.
Like, why are you so pleased about this? Weird.
Ooh, my great-great-great-grandfather's being mentioned in history.
And this wasn't set up at all. It's not like he had this opportunity to say this about Meri's great-great-great-grandfather.
No.
And it's not like there'll be another one in the near future with Robyn's great-great-grandfather.
And it's not like they told us an amazing story about how he took a bucket of water and tried to save the
Free
expositor press.
speech.
No. He watched it burn.
He was just there watching it burn.
He didn't even throw a match. He wasn't on either side.
Yeah.
He just stood and watched it burn.
Yeah, he's just a middle of the roader.
Just a bystander.
Just a simple Nauvoo resident, a
Yeah.
humble American trying to make a living.
We don't know. Maybe he had a peg leg. Maybe he couldn't partake.
Oh.
We don't know.
Maybe he could have started on fire.
We don't know. And you want to know why we don't know?
Why?
It's all speculation.
And any documents that would have told us were burned to the ground.
Burned to a crisp. Oh my gosh. Meri's little grin, though, it just ate me up.
Yeah.
And then Christine. She'd have been scared. She'd have been scared.
Oh, yes. She had a great quote here. Oh, it was so good. She would have been frightened. Can you imagine being there in that community and seeing all these things happen? Watching your community, what did she say? What?
Crumble.
Watching your community crumble or some bullshit. I didn't
don't
actually
know.
write it down, but I
don't even know. It was just really funny because she got this like quote in that was very dramatic, and it wasn't even about her great-great-grandfather, William Adams.
No.
After the burning of the press, Joseph Smith had to go to the courthouse in Carthage.
Yes, the Hancock County Courthouse. So, of course, the Browns have to follow because just a reminder for everyone, we are in their Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
They are going on their Mecca, their journey to wherever they're fucking going, which happens to be the Hancock County Courthouse in Carthage, Illinois. It's special. So the Browns all go and they're sitting in a courthouse, and this gives Joseph Johnston. Now I know there's a lot of Josephs flying around here, so try to keep up. Joseph with the blonde hair.
Joseph Johnson, we could have called him JJ this whole time or something.
Let's call him JJ from here on out.
Okay.
So JJ's telling the family about what happened at the courthouse with his dark blonde hair.
No, the Nauvoo Council turned themselves in for the charges of rioting. And
Riots.
Joseph Smith is upon the group with the riotous ways, and he turns himself in.
And Joseph Smith posts bail,
Yep.
which is lovely. He had some rich friends, or he was rich or something.
Initially, he posts bail, but him and Harem are arrested again on charges of treason.
Right, they're leaving the courthouse, and the sheriff approaches them with writs of charges for treason.
Yep.
Now, friendly reminder for our listeners at home, treason is a crime punishable by death in the United States. It's because you literally are committing treason against the United States government. Hello, you don't get to commit treason.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a light charge. They don't just hand out treason charges, okay?
Kody gives us a quote here. They claim that Joseph Smith says, as he is being brought to the jail, he says, "I am going as a lamb to the slaughter."
Yes, because Joseph Smith called for martial law in their town after the burning of the press. Now, this goes hand in hand with the treason charges, because if you're someone who thinks you get to determine martial law, that means you're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, either there's something really bad happening and you're a good guy trying to right the wrongs, or you're a really bad guy and you're like, I get to call martial law. Well, after Joseph Smith calls for martial law, that's when the state leaders are notified and put a warrant out for his arrest.
Yeah. It's like,
he was freed and then he has to be arrested again because the state leaders are like, you don't just get to say martial law. Like, who are
citizens
you?
arrest!
I know, right? Citizens arrest. It's like, listen, Mr. Polygamist freak who burned the newspaper to the ground.
Yeah.
You don't now get to say martial law and you're the leader of the town. Like, it's
No,
ridiculous.
you treasonous bastard.
Treason.
And he is like their hero. He's their hero.
Right.
They were put into the jail, but then they were taken upstairs for their own safety because there were rumors of harassers coming. But in between all of this, we do go away from this wonderful story of the polygamist's past to the Browns, who are standing there, and there's a museum across the way, but they're not allowed to go into the museum. And Kody asks, is it because we're pigs? JJ says, yes.
Do you
And
believe JJ, honey?
Janelle goes into this spiel about prejudice against them and the prejudice against the polygamists and blah, 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 blah. Could it just be the fucking cameras, bitch? Could it just be that they don't want the cameras in the entire show to be coming into their religious museum? Like, you guys are so full of yourselves. I understand that there's this rift in the church between the polygamist sect and the main Mormonism church, but like, honestly, if you had gone as a normal family just to visit this museum, do you think that they wouldn't have let you in?
It wouldn't be the first business or institution that says you can't film in our building. Like, this is a really common thing, actually. So,
especially in a religious museum,
right? Yeah. It's certainly not
So-
government sanctioned. It's a literal religious institution.
They try to paint it as this whole thing that's against them because they're being prejudiced, because they're pigs. And I'm a little shocked that Joseph Johnston, our JJ, says yes, because his community afterwards, I would think, would be a little pissed about that. Because you're just like outing your community and saying, nope, we're judging you because you're pigs. You can't come to our museum.
Right.
And I kind of doubt that that's the case, but he, like, even if it is the case, he just outed his town on TV.
Yeah. Well,
It's
at
just
least
weird.
that, little
So
museum
weird.
thing. When you were talking about Joseph Smith saying, I'm going as a lamb to the slaughter, what it spoke to me about my thoughts. It's like he knew to use religious dogma and language to make it seem like he would predict the inevitable and obvious future. You have, at this point, committed a crime probably by being a polygamist. Not even sure if it's actually illegal. No one actually
It was.
said, oh, okay, well, cool, it's illegal. You burned the newspaper to the ground. You have declared martial law. And now you're saying, I'm going as a lamb to the slaughter. It's like, right, when you do a bunch of fucked up shit and then there's repercussions from it, and then you're going to use this religious language about
Woe
being a
is me.
lamb going to the slaughter. It's like, duh. I just can't stand it because people that hear that kind of stuff and are like, oh, it must be true. I'm like, connect the fucking dots.
Yeah, he's a martyr, conspiracy, martyr,
Right.
martyrism.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's like, no, you committed treason. You did all of these things leading up to this. You are not just some sacrificial lamb.
Right. They didn't like break into your house and tear you out in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and say you're going to a concentration camp. Like, this did not
Right?
happen. Like, Delulu.
I think that's
Ugh.
one of the things that like really pisses me off about this religion in general. Did you not realize, or do you not think about the things that they were doing to all the other people in their community?
Right.
So the reason that they actually were pissing people off, I don't think that it probably has to do with the amount of wives that you had. It probably has to do with your religious dogma and your battering of other people around you, that they're not good enough. They're not going to heaven as far into heaven as you are.
Right.
Because they don't have as many wives as you do. So they're not going to.
Or their skin color isn't the same as yours.
Exactly.
Or they're this or they're that, like fill in the blank. Like, these people were not saints walking around being persecuted.
No.
And we know this.
Yeah.
But when Janelle talks about experiencing the prejudice in contemporary times,
I got so annoyed.
because of them not being able to go into this private, religiously based museum or whatever. It's like, I don't know. This is such a lame example.
No, it's like, bitch, you've known for fucking years that they don't, even your own sect, they don't want you talking about this. They don't want you going and filming Robyn's wedding to
Right,
Kody. They
right.
don't want you doing this stuff because they find it sacred.
Yeah.
So if you actually respect your own religion and respect the cultures and customs of your religion, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't be saying that they're being prejudiced. You'd be like, well, they just want to protect their peace, and so we're not going to go film in there.
And this ties back to what I couldn't remember earlier about Robyn talking about the summaries or the details or the whatever, is that her implication, or what she was trying to imply earlier in the episode, was that they, as these AUB cult members, the Browns, really know all of the teachings. They're the ones that really are living the faith as it's intended to be. And that these other people are just glossing over these things because they don't want to deal with it. And it's like, no. These people have distanced themselves from you and they don't want you to be a part of things. And also that doesn't make them prejudice against you because they don't want you to film in their building.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Also, you just listened to one man and his wiener, and then you just took it as doctrine. So, it is what it is.
And they're still figuring. They're not figuring things out, but kind of like
They're speculating.
Speculating. Thank you. We're all just
speculation.
speculating, but it doesn't matter because my faith is greater than the speculation. Oh, girl,
Okay.
get a grip.
Yep. All right. You're just listening to a man's other brain. That's all this is based on. Okay.
And this gives Kody a wonderful opportunity to talk about how he hopes his children get to travel because they'll get to experience other cultures, beliefs, and hopes, and that this will keep them open-minded and open-hearted.
Yeah. My children won't have prejudice because they'll, see other things and know other things. And
Unlike the people that you are holding up on a pedestal who were in this community who were terrorizing people, and people were like, we've had enough.
yeah.
Anyway.
You're like forcing women into plural marriage, saying that it's going to get them closer to God.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
okay, yep. But they're so innocent and going as lambs to the slaughter.
Lambs to the slaughter.
Ooh. So Joseph and Hiram are taken to jail,
Joel.
but they're put upstairs for their own safety because rumors of harassers coming have been heard through the grapevine. And this is where we hear about Robyn's connection.
Oh, yes, beautiful JJ
Oh.
says, among the people who had gathered there was a fellow by the name of John Fulmer. And the camera pans to Robyn, and she's smiling.
She's got a shitting grin on her face and has to correct him.
Yep. John Solomon Fulmer. Oh, no, that was way too clear. You could understand what I said.
John Solomon Fulmer.
Thank you. I could barely make it out because at first I thought she said John Sullivan Fulmer,
And I thought she said John Fullerman Fulmer.
which is hysterical because I'm like, well, Sullivan is one of her many last names in her credit check. Like, sure, I don't know, somewhere her name is Sullivan.
We re-listened like at least 3 times. John Solomon Fulmer.
Right. Eventually, we figured out that it was Solomon after the 4th listen. And because they referenced, oh, that's why I named my son Solomon. And it's like, oh my God.
But she didn't even say that's why we named our son Solomon. She goes, that's why we named our son Solomon.
Oh.
And I'm like, you can't even say his name. No wonder why you call him Saul all the time. Like, better call Saul.
Yes.
Fuck,
Robyn
lady.
can't say Solomon.
Solomon.
It's too many syllables for my slow brain.
No, literally.
Well, Robyn does, she gives us some more details. She says, my great-great-great-grandfather, John Solomon Fulmer.
John Solomon Fulmer.
Don Solomon Fulmer was actually in the jail with Joseph Smith. He was acting as a lawyer trying to get him out of jail. He left the jail to go get help. Joseph Smith might be murdered. Now, while she's saying this, and I did say jail as clearly as she did. Jail.
Joel.
He was in jail.
Joel.
And then while she's telling us this totally not moving story that you can barely comprehend, she has tears welling in her eyes. Girl, tears in her eyes. Talking about her great-great-great-grandfather who was helping out a felon, or not
Acting
a felon, a
as a
treasonous.
lawyer.
Yeah, acting as a, he wasn't a lawyer. He was
Acting as a lawyer.
pretending to be a lawyer for his friend who committed treason.
Oh, that John Fulmer.
Oh, we
That
all know
lawyer,
that
John
Solomon
Fulmer.
Oh, from all the history books, John Solomon Fulmer. Oh, this woman.
Well, the worst is yet to come.
Oh,
A mob had
Yes.
gathered outside the jail. Oh, and there's more. People broke in and they came up a shooting. Hiram was shot 2 times, once in the face, once in the back. And he said, I am a dead man. And he
and
died.
then he died instantly, thank God.
Right after that, he said,
Whew.
I'm a dead man. And then he died.
If I'm that instantly.
And then,
I got to take this one over, girl, because
Okay.
earlier you were driving me crazy.
okay,
Joseph
you do it.
Smith goes to the window and yells out the window, "Oh, Lord, my God." He was then shot and he fell out the window to the ground. Oh, Lord, my God.
Or do you, who did it better?
Oh, yeah, let's hear your version, honey.
Joseph Smith walked to the window and he yells, "Oh, Lord, my God." And then he was shot and he fell 13 feet out of the window.
Honey, I can't tell you that I won that one. You were pretty good.
Okay, well,
And you got
it gets worse.
And you got the series.
It gets
It
worse.
gets worse. You're just like, it gets worse. It gets worse.
It gets worse. He was dragged by his hair to a well. And then they were just so angry that they used the end of their gun, the bayonet, and they rammed it through him. And the prophet Joseph Smith was killed.
That was really good, honey. I feel like listen, if you're out there making a documentary about these, made up stories, maybe Kimber should be your
Dramatic
narrator.
readings by Kimber?
I'm just saying. And you have a clearly a big passion for Hiram Smith and Joseph
I
Smith.
do. My God, I was obsessed with those mutton chops. Obsessed. I would love to feel them tickle between my thighs.
This is it. You just need the tool of God coming at you.
Imagine those mutton chops just tickling your thighs on
You get
the
like
inside.
rug burn on both your thighs, and it's like no, that would never happen because they wouldn't be going downtown. They'd be like,
That's the devil's juice.
cut a hole in your little sacred, underwear and let me fuck you. Like, it's disgusting.
I have a feeling there was a lot of orgies happening and we just don't know about it. I don't know.
Sordid lives.
These people were dickmatized.
Yes, they were.
Something's going on.
Kody tells us Joseph Smith was killed by a mob. There was no trial. There was no jury. And I'm going, excuse me, Kody Brown, he declared martial law. Like, what are you talking about? Where would the trial or jury have been?
Yeah.
Like, these people are insane.
And when you know,
Insane.
like, what these people were actually doing to others, it's very obvious that people were just trying to protect their own and that they weren't just scared of the polygamy and prejudiced of the polygamy. It's like, no, it's way deeper. It's way more than that. And you don't even know how many fucking wives he had. So who are you to pretend that this is like, oh, we know everything about this and this poor man was hunted down in a jail and drug out by his hair to a well after he was shot out a window and fell 13 feet. He didn't know any of this. My God. Kody, you disgrace.
Oh,
You're a
Lord,
disgrace.
my God.
Kody, if Joseph Smith could hear what you said and that you didn't know the truth of his history, he would have looked you in the eye and said, "Oh, Kody,
Oh,
you sinner
Kody.
among men.
Oh,
How dare
Kody.
you?"
Oh, Kody.
Grow some mutton chops, Kody. Then maybe we'll listen to you.
Yeah, oh, Kody.
All right.
He also says, the rest of the world may struggle to see what we see in this man. I believe he was inspired by God. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, you just cemented your delusion status, so congratulations. The rest of the world doesn't see what we see. Like, duh.
Yeah, no, they don't. They're not Delulu,
Yeah,
darling.
no one sees what you see. Insanity. Oh, my God.
I'm Delulu, darling. I'm a Delulu. I feel like he needs some like horror version of our theme song, and like it needs to be Cody's music when he walks.
When he walks.
Plays when he
It's
walks.
like tiptoe through the tulips, but
I'm
it's
Delulu,
Kody
darling.
being Delulu. My
Oh,
God.
Ooh,
So
we've gone off the
production
deep
gives us
end.
some lovely shots of some buildings and some exteriors of Nauvoo, highlighting the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Oh, now we didn't get to come around the river bend and see this. They were just like, oh, hot off the heels of this inspirational story of a guy being killed out of a window and another guy being killed by being shot twice. We're going to have these moments of like, la-da-da,
Yeah.
la-di-da. Like, oh,
Also-
look, everything's great.
I want to know how Aram said I am a dead man. You were shot in the face. You have no teeth. I don't believe this.
Yes. I'm a dead man.
I don't believe this. Oh my God.
I just made the worst face I've ever made in my life.
And then Kody, he's just kind of going on and on about how he says, I'm grateful for the testament of Joseph Smith, and I believe in the principle of plural marriage.
Kody says when he finds himself frustrated over his choices and the wives having expectations of him, he thinks back to those who have sacrificed so much more so he can live the principle of plural marriage in peace. After Kody says this, Robyn makes two of the ugliest faces I have ever seen on a human being in my life because, of course, she's overreacting and she's her usual, I don't know if this is pick-me vibes. I got to be honest, honey, I don't know what pick-me vibes really mean. You say it all the time and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to have to explain this
This
to you.
is it. But she's over in the side being like, distorting her face as much as she can. And Kody continues, I'm grateful for this testimony of Joseph Smith so I can sit here and say, you know what? I know it's crazy and it might cost me my life, but I believe in the principle of plural marriage. And this is where I was really scratching my chin because I'm like, cost you your life? Like you're comparing these things and it's like, we, of course, later come to find out the state of Utah never charged you for anything. They were just doing an investigation.
Yeah.
The worst thing that's happened to you in this season was that you had to be in an RV with some wind for a couple days. And now you're like, oh, God, these people did this thing so I can live this life. It's like they also love to create this narrative of like they have overcome thanks to the people from the past. And it's like, I thought that you weren't overcome. I thought that you were still...
You're still being prejudiced against.
Yeah, like people were still prejudiced against you. So
Yeah.
I don't quite get it. It's really just Kody being able to blow hot air, I think.
He's pontificating. And then we end with a potluck. Nobody says anything else. We end with Cody's wise words, and then they show the Browns having a little potluck.
Mm-hmm. They're eating at another picnic table
They're
or whatever.
outside of Hiram's house. They're having a potluck.
Yes, and is he an adult or a child in this home? We don't know, but they're there.
Yep.
Eating at a plastic picnic table.
So that's where they leave us. Don't know what else to say other than that.
So, did you all enjoy this journey into Nauvoo like we did? We certainly learned a thing or two. We certainly were scarred for life.
We all made it through.
Amen.
Amen.
Your mouth to God's ear.
My mouth to God's butt.
Your mouth. Oh,
Ooh,
that's not part of the manosphere, darling.
it's not?
Oh, well, I should know. Time for mustard seed and shit stain. And I have made jokes about me going first and then you going first. And I was like, that's ridiculous. No, I'm going first. And I actually am going first.
You do it.
My mustard seed for this episode goes to one Meri Brown. I have recently given her a shit stain that she deserved so bad. This episode, I'm giving her the mustard seed because she planned this trip. Okay, she did plan the trip poorly. She just, I can't give her any credit for that. But when Kody was coming at her in the RV, being all like,
times.
guess what, bitch? I'm mad and I'm going to take it out on you. She was like, water off a duck's back. I don't give a shit. She's like, I can drive all day. I can drive all night. I can do whatever. Also, when the other people were like, how is it that we never get anything done right? She's like, do it right and then it'll be done right.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to give Meri her props for being logical when she's logical
Mm-hmm.
and sarcastic / getting someone's goat when she should be sarcastic, getting someone's goat. And being a driver, driving that RV in the middle of the windstorm, being like, I don't care, no wind's going to fuck with me. Look at my hair, look at my face. I've been through it. I can keep driving. And anyone that's going to bust Kody's balls like that and keep cool, calm, and collected, even with dumbass Robyn being like, I don't get it. I'm like, good for you, girl.
I don't understand.
So I go back and forth on Meri. I can't be consistent with her. And this episode, she gets my mustard seed. As a second-class citizen, who do you give your
Well,
mustard
as
seed
someone
to?
who's not allowed to vote, I suppose I can vote on this pretend vote
Yes!
for
It doesn't
mustard
count.
seed.
Please
Doesn't count in an American
Yeah.
election, so I can do it.
strike this from the record, but continue.
My vote is going to go for one Dr. Sweets.
Dr. Sweets!
and it's fair game here because
Okay, Dr. Sweets.
that quote about the polygamist women that he read
from Mark Twain. From
It-
Mrs. Mark Twain.
Yes, it gave us a wonderful image of Robyn sticking her chin up, rolling her eyes, and getting actually offended. And then she sat on the couch and joked and pretended she wasn't really offended. And then we got some good stuff out of all the wives about it. Mostly we got some stuff out of Christine about it, but
Yeah.
it was pretty hilarious.
It was funny. I'm not all that familiar with Mark Twain. Are you?
No, but Dr. Sweets was a good sport.
Yeah.
Even if production was like, oh, we want you to read this quote because it's the funniest, or even if they had him read multiple quotes and that's the one they pulled, he was smirking through it. Like he knew it was like ridiculous and funny. He was being silly.
He was a diva.
He was a good sport about it. And he knew that if they pulled that, he might look bad, but it was also jokey enough that he probably wouldn't look bad. And he just seemed like a genuinely sweet older gentleman that I would take a tour from.
If Dr. Sweetums was giving me a tour of my boyhood dream home. Dream home?
My boyhood dream home. What is happening right now?
And he was like, look into the crystal ball. And I looked and he was like, you're going to be homely and downtrodden and whatever. I'd be like, this guy's funny. So, you know.
All of a sudden,
I get
he's
it.
a fortune teller. No.
Dr. Sweetums, whatever his name is.
Dr. Sweets.
Dr. Sweets.
Dr. Henry Sweets.
He's great. And I agree. Mustard seeds all around for Dr. Sweets.
I'm dead. Are you ready for your shit stain?
I am ready for my shit stain. My shit stain, of course, has to go to Robyn Brown. Because Robyn Brown pretended not to know what was going on in the RV as a way to be not held accountable and to not have to, like, have any real back and forths and to not have to explain anything to anybody. And also her reactions to things that were happening. It's like she's really animated and trying to get attention.
Trying to be cutesy.
And like her smiles and the way that she can't even say her own son's name. I mean, she's just pathetic. And what is the jaw that she has?
The Habsburg jaw.
Thank you. It's like she really needs that chiseled down like Bethany Frankel did. It's just a mess. She's terrible and she's awful and she is a smear in the underwear of the underbelly of the world. So, Robyn, you get my shit stain.
Yeah, she really has that avoidant personality down when it's convenient. So,
Oh, yeah.
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 She sure did that when Meri was getting yelled at every single turn of the trip. I agree. She is a complete shit stain, and it was ridiculous that she couldn't say her son's name as a middle name of her great-great-great-grandfather, and we had to replay it 3 fucking times to understand what she was saying. And I literally looked at Chris and I said, should we put the captions on?
Right.
That's how ridiculous it was.
And I fear that the captions might not have been correct.
They probably wouldn't have, because we each had written down something different, and then it turned out to be a third option or a fourth option even.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. She can't say her son's name, and so she gets a shit stain for sure. My shit stain is going to, can it go to Joseph Johnston, Mr. JJ, and his bowling shirts? Is that allowed?
Listen, you're picking 2 not only side characters, but one-time appearing people. So you're missing someone.
I know that there's more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the bowling shirts were egregious.
No,
Fine.
if you want to go with our best friend JJ, you can totally do it.
Well,
you know.
The
reason that I'm questioning your perception on him is because you said he has dark blonde hair.
Stop. He did. We're gonna look back. We're gonna watch it back. I'm gonna pull up a picture of this.
You'll find it
man.
when the sun's coming through it, and you'll be like, "Look."
I am so prepared for you to be wrong and eat your words.
Listen, I've only been wrong 3 times, and I admitted it each time.
You're gonna eat the Jesus shaped shit stain out of Robyn's underwear.
Put God's tool in my mouth. I will eat it.
All right. If we're not going to go with JJ because of his bowling shirts and his ridiculous demeanor, delivering all
You
of these
could do it,
things,
honey. Don't let me talk you out of your choices. I believe in women's rights.
I am going to do the thing here that is opposite of you. And I would say that Meri is my shit stain.
Ooh. Oh, this is good. Bring on the drama.
Yeah, because she didn't plan the trip well. She didn't know how to do her mile math. She didn't factor in for stops that the family was going to have to make. She didn't advocate for an extra day for travel or anything necessary. It was ridiculous to think that this family could do a trip across the country in 3 days and spend 1 day and then however the fuck they got back, if they did drive all the way back, 3 days back. Like, what are you doing with your life? What are you guys doing right now that this had to be so rushed? If it was production, which I highly doubt, I don't know. It just could have been done completely differently. And then she just doesn't want to take the shit for it from Kody. And I do semi-applaud her for just rolling her eyes and not taking his shit. But also, I think it's negligent to keep driving when you're probably tired. And I think that the only reason that she kept saying she could drive was to spite Kody.
Right.
And you have a fucking RV full of children and you're pushing to keep doing this. And so part of me sees Kody's point in all of this. And I hate to say that.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's a big part of me that sees the point, and no one offered to drive for her. Robyn wasn't jumping in and driving that RV. So if she's driving on 4 hours of sleep and she's good, she's fine, she's dandy, she's had 10 Red Bulls. It's like you're putting all of your children and little Saul's in his car seat in the back of there and you're putting them all at risk, darling.
Well,
Just-
Paul Ben.
Just to prove Kody wrong. I don't know.
I am just in shock that you didn't pick Kody Brown. I am going, wow, girl, you picked Meri over Kody.
He does a lot of things, and I just also wanted to spite you as much as she wanted to spite Kody Brown.
Listen, I'm not going to say a word.
And she had the Grinch eating grin on her face when her great granddaddy came up. She was so proud of her inbredness.
And you were just so mad at me. But,
No.
it's okay because I did vote to take your rights away and all of that. So it's all good.
And you, even in my fake votes, voted to take my right of vote away from JJ.
Oh, that's right.
Quit pulling rank on me. That's all I got to say. Quit pulling rank.
I'm always telling you what to do.
Playing the man card.
You guys, you should vote me off the island. Okay, so now we are going to do our Keep Sweet moment, darling. Our Keep Sweet moment this week comes to us from TikTok, and it is from Bon Bon, who left us a comment recently that says, I binged all of Sister Wives last summer and was questioning how much of my life I wasted on this family. Now I know that it wasn't a waste of time. It was so I could thoroughly enjoy your podcast. Your podcast is a delightful dessert after a long, dried up meal. Thank you, Bon Bon. A dessert after a long, dried up meal.
I want a bonbon after a long, dried up meal.
Listen, this is a good connect. Yes.
And also, no, you did not waste your time, but we are surely fucking wasting our time watching it and spending hours and hours and hours talking through the psychological warfare that is the Brown family.
Bon Bon, while we appreciate the praise, we can't
so much.
agree that you wasted your life and your time.
No.
Because you're listening to this right now.
I love that.
I love it too.
Oh.
Our next episode is the season finale of season 5.
What?
We've got some big things happening. Very exciting stuff.
Hopefully more angels will come singing.
Kimber, have you touched God's tool today?
No, but I could probably make my way to it right now.